Welcome back, ladies and gents. We have brought Itamen safe passage from Sunfall to Bright Market and on to Meridian. He goes, a defector from the Carja, Shadow Carja controlled Sunfall, and he's been accepted with warm open arms by his big brother Avad. But we've got a new town with new side quests. We've also got a new trader that we can have a look at. Also this. History of Sunfall. After the vanishing of Radiant Iriv and his cohort in the west, the Radiant Bassadid ordered a mighty fortress built at the Sundom's farthest reach. So that's... well, basically they were trying to head into the west, but it didn't work out for the Carja, so they locked it all up and deemed it too dangerous. His luminance chose to build atop ancient ruins, reasoning the ancients must have seized upon the location for its strategic value. Of the ancients, their work of too smooth grey stone and strangely carved metal were collapsed or built over, and the catacombs sealed off. Only the stone ring, perhaps used for some unknowable ritual, was left in place to serve the garrison as a training ground. So it must have been some kind of stadium, the Sun Ring. Even though its builders and soldiers lived in fear of the land where the sun goes at night, the finished walls of the fortress were mighty and unshakable. His luminance in his high priest, the irrefutable Pashaman, named it Sunfall, under the blazing eye of the sun, and by the light it was good. None doubted the Radiant Bassadid's prudence, nor denied his lingering hope that his brother might one day be sighted again. But no great threat would come from the west in his lifetime, nor did it come from the next 3 generations. The records show the men of Sunfall fought many bandits and scroungers, skulking in the rust wash and a dangerous stampede of behemoths in the long burn. In time, Sunfall slipped from common memory until the 6th year of the 11th Sun King's reign, when the Radiant Marzid himself came to inspect it. In the desert heat, his luminance received a vision of an ornate citadel with a dome of metal so polished it would greet the dawn and catch the rays of suns last shining at dusk. At once, he ordered the dedication of the Sundom's resources to building the structure. After its construction, his luminance took the citadel as his summer palace, bringing with him many members of the Sun Court, nobles and artisans. In time, Sunfall became a city unto itself, and the source of great work such as the passion of the Tallneck among the dunes, turning Caesars at bronze flash, and lament for the Cinnabar sands. The stone training ring was repurposed for shows of pageantry where young blazons or the Hunter's Lodge hawks could display the sun's dominance over the machines. Sunfall's prominence in the culture of the Sundom continued for many years until the Sun King Marzid's untimely demise in the citadel he so treasured. For his procession back to the Elite, a line of torches was laid all the way across the Daybrink, so that over the days and nights of his bearing he might always go in the light. The departed king's brother, the Radiant Hivas, was occupied wholly with renewing the soldiery of the Sundom. With the old Sun King's passing, so too passed this chapter in Sunfall's history. In the early years of the 13th Sun King Jiran's reign, before the falling of his shadow, a particularly harsh season came upon the Sand Whisper Valley. Upon hearing that the storms could strip the very detailing off armour, he decreed that the strongest among his guards should be trained in the desert here, and named Kestrels. Indeed, Helis, who would become the most infamous of the Kestrels, was one of the first to survive his reforging by sun and sand here. In the 15th year of Sun King Jiran's reign, when the sacrifices in the Sun Ring were judged insufficient to calm the derangement of the machines, he presided over the blooding of the ring at Sunfall. A trapped behemoth was driven with spears and spurred over slaves of the Oseram and Utaru. When the beast turned upon the Kestrels, the Sun King stood and declared that the sun, in its great generosity, would accept the sacrifice of faithless and faithful alike. So began a fearful era for Sunfall, of sacrifices unending in its sun ring, and the citadel whispered of as a place where no light shone. Many upstanding citizens of the sun were taken inside its doors to disappear, as surely as if they had journeyed to the forbidden west. In the last days of Sun King Duran's reign, Sunfall was in charge of his kestrels and high priest, no longer answering to the Sundom as a whole. It was no surprise then that following the liberation of Meridian, Duran's loyalists sought refuge at Sunfall. As a fortress, it was impregnable, but cut off from the bounteous lands across Daybrink. It was city impoverished. So stood the stalemate in the first year of the 14th Sun King, the Radiant Avad, and so stood Sunfall. Once built to protect the Sundom from the shadow of the west, it now sheltered a worse shadow, the false Karja who dwelt within. So this is written from the point of view of the Karja, the Sun Karja.
Praise the sun! Spies have released Prince Edamin from Sunfall.
Yeah, we did that. We did that. Let's see what we got here. Still looking for that Trampler Heart. It's not happening organically, is it? All the braiding. Loads of luminous braiding. We're going to get rid of some of that. Shouldn't have done that really, but I've got loads of this chill water, so I'm going to get rid of some of this. Always need blaze. That wire is so ruddy, scarce. There we go. It's freed up some stuff. Mods, let's get rid of some of this.
Letting the Oseram take Dervahl? They'll give him a rap on the knuckles and let him go.
Right, let's see some of these side quests then. Okay, we've got 3 quests. Let's go and pick them all up. All up at once and then decide which one to undertake. So, beautiful Bright Market. Harbour area. The gateway for trade, I imagine, that comes up this little inlet, or big expanse of water, probably the biggest expanse of water here. And obviously they receive all the goods, the trade, and it gets delivered all the way to Meridian. So this, some kind of mill. We've got this dude here with his shucks of corn, this wonderful like Oseram industry going on here. Ooh, what's this? Very nice. So it's a lovely mechanism. They're using the hydraulics of the water to spin it round. Hello, my lady. What are you doing? Having a good scrub. Let's just look at some NPCs for a while. We'll shy a little bit of water in there. You keep scrubbing. Come on, put some elbow grease into it. Yes. Oh yeah. It's a thankless task, as it is very dirty stone. We've got another guy sweeping. He's not putting his back into it. He's very much killing time. Okay, this guy. Fernand.
Ah, machine riding Nora with a special spear. How lucky to come across you. I have a proposal. Come closer. Call me Fernand.
Well, let's start with this. What are you looking at, Fernand?
Hey, Fernand. My eyes are up here.
I'm looking at your spear. It's magnificent, but how does it work?
You stick the pointy end into the machine.
Yes, but how does it turn foe into friend?
It's simple, really.
Yes?
You wouldn't understand.
Sticking with a pointy end, or if that's a Game of Thrones reference. Possibly.
Okay, Fernand. What's your proposal?
During the reign of that idiot Karja king, Outlanders often hid items of value from raiders. Well, I found one.
What is it?
A relic from the old ones. You probably would understand it better than I do. Unfortunately, it's too high for me to reach.
Uh-huh, and you want me to get it for you?
What a brilliant plan! You're a much better climber than I am, to be sure. Get it? Bring it back, and we'll split the proceeds.
How about I see what it is first?
That works too.
What is it you do?
What do you do exactly?
I'm a trader of fine tinkerings. I buy low, sell high.
But in this case, you wouldn't be buying.
Sometimes I find tinkerings as well.
I see.
Okay, we will do it for you, but we know what we're letting ourselves in for, Fernand. You are unscrupulous, to say the
I'm
least.
interested. What do I need to do?
The relic rests on the rise of Dusk Mesa. Bring it to me at the Meridian Docks, and we will both profit.
We'll see about that.
King Arad sent spies to free Prince Italy from the clutches of the Shadow Guardian.
Okay, Matt's picked up to the Dust Mesa to find tinkerings, or relics as he called it. I've just seen something up there, and I'd like to get up there somehow. Here we go. Beautiful. Shards Gambler's Box. So we've got some skill points as well. So let's spend those. Crystal Braiding, Chill Water, 75 shards, 10,000 shards we've got at the moment. Pretty good. I don't think we're wanting for any shards now for the rest of this game because we haven't got too much left. We do need some Trampler Hearts. That is the currency that I'm interested in. So we've got to find a Trampler site. Where are you, your Trampler site? That is a Trampler site. So let's go there afterwards and see if we can't farm ourselves a Trampler Heart. And then we can come back here and buy that weapon. I can't remember what it was. I think it was the... can't remember what it was. Okay, this is a nice story. Lavis.
Leave me alone, girl. Can't you see I'm searching the water?
Okay, what's wrong? Has someone fallen in?
No. Have you seen a girl of about 17 and... I can't even say it.
Are you afraid she jumped to her death?
I don't know. Elida. My only daughter. She's gone.
Okay, yeah. So have you searched for her? Where did you last see her? That's unusual. Let's ask the common one.
Where did you last see her?
Just last night. In the house. She seemed... better.
Was she ill?
She seemed withdrawn. Sad. So I was pleased when she wanted to go out in the garden. That's the last I saw of her.
Wanted to go out in the garden? Is she a dog?
Who else is searching for her?
I demanded the guards look for her, but I can't put my hope in them. They say girls run off all the time at this age. Not my Elida. I've reached out to her friends, but they say they haven't seen her in weeks. Weeks! How could I not know? But they will look for her. I've searched everywhere, and then I thought maybe she might be here, in the water. By the sun!
Has she done or said anything unusual?
She's been like a different person. She used to be such a happy girl, playing in the dirt with the boys.
What changed?
I don't know. She disagrees with me about everything. Hates the ceasefire. Thinks we never should have fought the war to begin with. It's been a month since I've seen her smile. She spends so much time in her room. I should have paid more attention.
Did something happen during the war that upset her?
The war upset us all. The cruelty, the mad Sun King, the blood on the streets. When Itaman's men fled, they stormed through here. There's a ceasefire now, of course, but Alita broods about it more than ever. It bothers her that our people are so divided.
We just saved Itaman, haven't we, from the Shadow Carja regime, and some of the lore data points talk of how Helis led the migration from Meridian up to Sunfall, in leaving sort of villages wrecked in their wake, and this sprite market must have succumbed to that. Yes, indeed.
I'm a good tracker. I could look for her. Where did you last see her?
In our garden. Please, maybe you'll find something I missed.
I'll do my best.
May the sun light your way.
She didn't even hesitate. She stood between the assassin and our Sun King.
Oh, yes. And here she is. Hello. You talking about me?
If I got my hands on Dervahl, there wouldn't be anything left of him for the Oseram to take.
Well, Dervahl's in prison at the moment. We can't find him. We don't know where that prison is. We might get to him at some stage. Okay, so that's sorted. We've got investigate the garden. Yes, she has. She's transitioned from playing in the dirt with the boys to doing something else with the boys. She is coming of age, so difficult relationship with old Pops.
She's the last of not stopping when you're in the thick of it. Shard just to look.
Prince Itaman is alive and in the
Only the
palace.
finest goods
Praise
here.
the sun.
See for yourself.
So it looks like as they're discussing Itaman, it looks like they're accepting his return. They didn't see him as
I'll give you a good price.
sort of emblematic of the Shadow Carja's sins. It seems like they know the score.
Been doing this since I was small.
Well, I don't envy you, mate. Can you put your back into it? You might get it done a bit quicker. Right. A lady and her fruit and vegetables is troubled. Why are you troubled, Galani?
I barely turn a profit even in the best of times, especially since I usually hand out what I can to those in need. Would you care for some fruit? Better enjoy it before someone runs off with the rest of it.
Has someone been stealing from you?
Yes, almost every night. Not enough to force me to close shop, but definitely enough to hurt.
It's she offered us some food there. Obviously, we don't drink food. We take medicine, we take potions, but we don't touch food. But in Forbidden West, it's been announced in the recent blog post that at different villages and towns, we can pick up food, and they act as kind of buffs, I believe, is what I discerned from what they said. Buffs during fighting. So maybe that kind of replaces some of the potions in their use case. We have some food and it buffs us out a little bit. Or it might give us energy, I'm not sure. Maybe stamina? Because stamina's... I think there's a bar for an extra bar. It might be a stamina bar. Can't remember. I didn't know.
Have you found any sign of the thief?
Just a couple of old rinds near the storehouse. Not much to go on.
Any suspects?
Is there anyone you suspect?
I've known most people here since childhood. None of them strike me as a food thief. You want to talk about other vices, however?
And There's plenty of guards around here. What happened to them?
Why haven't the guards looked into it?
The gods blame the wildlife, but I doubt they believe it. I guess they have more to worry about than a woman and her livelihood.
I know how to track. I could look for the thief.
Really? Thank you. You could start in my storehouse by the river. Someone must be desperate to steal rather than just ask me.
I'll see what I can find.
A shame a woman became Sunhawk of the Lodge. But at least she did it to honor the men of her house.
Only the finest goods here. See for yourself.
There's a woman there that didn't appreciate a woman becoming Sunhawk. That's very strange. So we've got a girl, missing girl. We've got some missing fruit, and we've got a undiscovered tinkerings to sort. So we could go to the Dust Mesa, but I am interested, as I mentioned, to go and find these tramplers. Right, where are they? They are... Oh dear. Right, so let's just go and find these tramplers. They're with an enormous Ravager, I think. How many Ravagers? No, a Sawtooth. That guy is worried about where I am. Okay, let's set some traps. Right, they're off to be attacked over there, so I'm gonna, while they're doing that, I'm gonna try and grab this. Oh dear! Oh my word. Oh my word. Set him on fire again. Set him on fire. Yes, they struggle to go on fire, those bad boys, don't they? I knocked him over. Try and freeze the map. Hold on. Hold on. There we go.
Just got my business.
There we go. It gets frozen pretty well. Very good, very good. Okay. Let's do some more. We're looking for a heart. Got one. I don't know how many we need, so let's try and get another one. There we go. Oh my word! Hit the cactus. Well, he's got. Might just do this. Can I freeze? Can we not freeze them when they're? Yes, we can. There we go. Get a few of those off. There we are. No hearts there. So we've got one heart. I don't know how many we need. I think it's just the one, but we can't tell, can we? There's another one here. And that's a weave. Pick up all the things we can. Metal vessels.
Get another hit in.
Get another hit in. Is there a lad after me? Yes, there are. Ah, here we go. It's hit up our gubbins here. There we go. Pick these up. So that was a scrapper that came over here. And then we've got another one there. Right, is there any more tramplers? Have we got all the tramplers? I believe we have. Alright, we got one heart.
Nice. Do a good hunt.
Very good hunt. I'm just going to try and see if they've not run away anywhere. No, I don't think so. Okay. We'll head back. We will check with the merchant, and then we will clear up these missing persons, these missing fruit, and these missing relics. And adventures and twists and turns along the way. Many a story to be had, to be found, to be savoured. Many teachings and learnings and morals to discern. Right.
My bones are tired.
Bright Market. Pretty cool place. Like I said, a hot area, nice palmy trees in a bit of a recess in the geography.
Don't let your guard
Seafront. Very cool. Okay, Mr. Merchant, what have you got? That's what he wanted, the war bow. And that gives us the arrows and the freeze arrows, which might be better than the sling, mightn't it? A bit more direct. And it gives us a chance to try out this corruption thing. I've never done it before. Never used it. Don't use that yet. So let's go in and soup it up. Not before we've had a look here. We were coming down this way, weren't we? But yeah, this strong strike I wanted. Beautiful. And then we'll finish up there. Finish up all the prowler areas. And then after that, not bothered. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it, mate. The combat override I don't do much of.
The Oseram that tried to kill our Sun King?
Should really try to do more of. Right. Let's go and investigate this missing Elida. I'm worried about her already. So. Hello?
Was a guard under the last king. Far cry from those.
So our instinct as a protagonist is to help people. We help people. We just like our father Rost.
Looks like Elida left a few things behind.
We live to serve. That's our instinct. To help people live a life of service and leave places better than we found it. We do that generally quite a lot. And this is one of those missions. I've got a video coming out. It would be out for a long time by the time you watch this, but it's a documentary on Rost, one of my favourite characters in the game. We see him for such a short amount of time, but he's such a valuable character in Aloy's story, like the legacy that he leaves behind for her in terms of his influence, his moral standings, has guided her and shaped her, and she often refers to it as she goes through, being patient, being careful, not being egotistical, and helping people regardless of who they are, and also sticking to your moral values, which Aloy at the moment does. Okay, so we said we'd help people, so we're going to.
What's in this bottle? Ugh, it smells like ash or rotten eggs. Better pour that out.
It's not yours to pour out, mate. Someone might be doing a experiment. Okay, plenty of stuff here. A telescope.
Aren't these for spying far away? Why would you need a spyglass in the garden?
It's quite amazing. They obviously came across different items that they've delved and found from the old world and managed to put them to use straight away. So sort of lenses is something that they would have found and experimented with, pre-manufactured. So they've got a head start, even though their Apollo was offline for them and they didn't have learnings. They've got these sort of relics that they can backwards engineer almost. So even though they've only been around for 700 years, 30 or so generations, they have done so much more than they would have done otherwise.
I guess she was doing some gardening. Something buried. No, something dug up. That must have left a trail.
Yes, we have a trail. Where's it moving? It's moving back out of this little house. So he's probably quite a rich dude, isn't he? I don't know whether this house is his, or it's a communal garden, or what. He's got guards on the door. I didn't kind of discern what sort of character this man was.
Take over my brothers.
His house is pretty opulent, and he's being guarded. So Alida's comes from money.
Flower petals. Why would she take flowers from her own garden?
Right, I'm on my way, mate, but I'll see what's what.
Have you found a leader?
Nope.
Have you checked the garden? I saw Elida in every flower. But I couldn't see anything that would lead me to her.
Very poetic, aren't they? I saw her in every flower. That's the curious thing up there. I wonder what that does. Some kind of weather. It's like a weather vane, isn't it? There's something else, like a kite being flown above. Very strange.
The Sundom thanks you, Nora.
Pleasure.
The sun shines on those who mind their own, so they say.
Right. Bit double-edged there, a bit passive-aggressive. After praising me, I engaged you and you were fairly rude. Mind games. Mind games.
Don't let your guard down.
Being wistful, sir. What have you seen? What are you looking at? It's catalogue pose, isn't it? Yep. Handsome chap. Right, what do we got? We've got a rat. Right, we're coming down to these kind of docks off the edge of the sort of peninsula here, which is a sort of a separate little dock. I wonder what this is here. Let's go and investigate that afterwards. I've not been there, I don't think.
Good. I can use this. The petals end here. At the water. Could her father have been right, but at the wrong place?
Right, so the
Maybe
rope
she
has been
took the boat
sheared.
to that island over there. Looks like I'm in for a long swim.
Okay. We might not have to swim. But I think before we do, I'm just going to head round this peninsula. And have a look here, because I don't know what that is. And then we will... Oh no, we do need to go across there. I'll tell you what, that's what we'll do. I'll come... Let's check round this way. Might be fun. If we skirt the edge here, we might not have to swim as much. He says so wrongly, without knowledge of what he's talking about. But Aloy can swim, that's the good thing. At least she's not Altair. Or John Marston, they can't swim in games past. But now we swim in the next game. We'll be able to go underwater. What's this? 2 separate buildings. I think they are... I don't know if they're part of anything. I think they are just set dressing. I can't remember this being anything special. But what it has done is given us, if we come round here, I might set off that there. We'll come round and we'll be able to get across on a bit of a better swim. I wonder if we'll be able to use boats in the next game. That would be really interesting. So there's nothing in there. Turkey shoot. Turkey skin. Right, let's remind ourselves if we have any crafting to be done. Warbow quiver, yes. Just some chill water for that. We've got plenty of turkey bone and bony meat. Plenty of a bit of turkey skin. And we're just after that fish. We've got plenty of fish. Is this, I mean, let's check as we go here. I don't think there's fish to be had in these lakes, in this sort of big area here. No, we want to go over there, don't we? Okay, so we've set that off. Let's skirt round this peninsula then. See what's going on in these little islands. So that's just not much going on there. No, just a big rock. Of useless geology. Right, let's head over. Long swim indeed. Okay, we have been here before on the outskirts, and they're unimpressed to see us. Oh, shh. Wait. Over here. Silly. Getting ahead of ourselves here. We go over there eventually, but we've got to find a leader first. We've got some Snapmaws. Okay, let's test our warbow. What we were going to do, we were going to modify it, and I might try this corruption out. Let's just absolute hound it with corruption. Now we're at 104 corruption. I'm going to put it here. It's just the one.
Is that you?
Oh! Oh dear! Well, the corruption cancelled itself because I was mean. Right, that's taking it off. What I can do is
It's not safe.
try and prop that then. There we go. The little... It isn't safe, no. But I'm going to blow this bitch up. There we go. So let's just hound it now. Alida, I did do it. You are safe, you are sound. I'm going to go and collect it of its sexy parts though. So I think that is the corruption warbow is some kind of like berserker type thing where they turn on each other.
Like someone's creating a garden here.
So it keeps them busy and stops them attacking you, I guess, if they're on their own, but otherwise fairly useless. But we will... Ooh, there we go. We will test it when we get into a machine group situation.
Who are you? How did you learn to fight like that? What are you even doing here?
Maybe you can start by answering a few of my questions. Why did you bring flowers here?
No real reason. I'm trying to make this a place for us. For all of us.
Who's us? Is there someone else here?
No. No. I was going to surprise my friends with what I made. There's no one else here, obviously.
And why on the island?
What are you doing on this island?
I come here to be alone.
Do you know your father fears you're dead?
I'm surprised he even noticed I was gone.
He has the whole village looking for you. He's worried.
The Snapmaw kept me. You took care of it, so thank you. I should be fine now.
Let's go back to the village together.
I need to finish planting my garden. Just a little more time. I'll be fine, I promise.
You know, I think I'll take a little more time too. To look around.
You don't need to do that.
I really do.
Well, there's your garden. Oh, don't step on the rake. I wonder if it's functional or just aesthetic. Can't eat anything.
Bedrolls. 2 of them.
So the Snapmaw covered this with his craziness.
And a set of cups. She must not have been alone here. Looks like Alida has a friend.
Aloy, you can't pull the wool over Aloy's eyes. She's now a woman of the world.
Alida, if you came here to be alone, why are there 2 bedrolls? And don't lie to me this time.
By the sun, I don't know where he is.
Who?
A Thrall. He lights a fire signal when it's safe to meet him, but he's not here.
Who is this guy? Who is he?
Who's a Thrall?
A friend I've known since childhood. I'd be planting in the garden and he'd dump worms down my back. I hated that. But the last few months we'd meet here and everything was different. We talked for hours. He helped me plant that garden. I couldn't wait to see him again. It's like I'm dead and only come alive when I'm here with him. Do you know what that's like?
I can't say that I do.
Why do we do that as kids? We have crushes on people, when we're kids, crushes on classmates or wherever. And instead of talking to that person, we would end up doing something mischievous and perhaps cruel. Weird reaction. Just can't come to terms with our emotions or don't understand our emotions, and we kind of lash out at the person that's driving us nuts.
Why keep this all secret?
Patral is a soldier for the Carja in Shadow, stationed at the outpost across the lake. It's treason for us to even meet. How could I tell my father? How could I tell anyone?
Well then, how did you two arrange to meet here?
We came here as kids. After he left, I would come back sometimes. One day, I surprised him here. He smiled from ear to ear. We sat and played like we had as kids, but war had changed him. Changed us both. We weren't kids anymore. We started meeting in secret. He'd light a fire to signal it was safe for him to leave his post at the Citadel, but last night...
He didn't come?
I've been waiting all night and all day. I haven't seen anyone but you.
Okay. Well, this is one of those situations where internal struggles within lands, they split families. And they were friends, but when the war happened, the Shadow Carja moved and took some people with them. And Citral seems to be one of those persons. Forbidden romance going on.
Enough of this. You have to go back.
Please, if you came all this way, will you look for Atral? He lit the fire on the island not far from here. If I go, he could be killed. We could break the ceasefire, but Honora wouldn't. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I'm so sorry.
I'll find him if I can, as long as you go home to your father.
I will. Please come find me there. I can't sleep. I can't breathe knowing Atral could be out there, hurting.
So we've got this last-ditch effort from Gaia to animate Elizabeth Sobek's DNA, so they'll come back to Gaia Prime to stop the world ending and stop Hades reducing the planet to dust once more. We know that mission. We need to go to Gaia Prime, but we've got some young love here, forbidden romance, and we can't let that slide. We cannot let these fish get away from us either. Grab those and we'll find the others. Let's see a few more over this way. Oh, goodness.
Damn. Boots are full of water.
Boots are full of water. Oh, there's no one there. Job to remember. Oh, there we are. There was another one, wasn't there? Where's the other one? Oh, I think he's disappeared. He's just plain old disappeared. Right, it didn't produce what we needed to, but we did get one of something special. What was that? Okay, yes, we can upgrade our potions pouch, or our tear blaster, or our rope caster. I'm going to do the rope caster, you know. Oh, there's so many, but we can't. In Assassin's Creed, you can shoot while you're in the water, but there's so many. All right, let's highlight them, and hopefully, when we get to the other side, we'll have the opportunity. But I doubt it, because it seems that once they move far away, it kind of loses it. But we got another bone here. We have another bone. Sling. Let's do the sling. What did that reveal? No, we're still... So we need raccoon skin, bone, skin, boar, lots of fish, lots of raccoons. Oh, look at all these fish getting away from us. Okay, so we've got to get up there, we've got to save a trowel, we've got to get this war-torn romance back on track and get Alida back to her father. That's what we need to do.